Something changed this week, not just the headlines. Us, your feed got louder, darker, stickier. You felt it, the tug to scroll one more clip, one more hot take. And it's not just pixels, online jumped the fence into real life. Welcome back to Charlie Survival. Today's video isn't the typical survival video. This is survival of attention, because when we lose that, we lose clear thinking, real debate, and the freedom to speak face to face like adults. This week has been tragic, and it currently feels like the whole world is falling apart, and lots of people are feeling it and can't put their phones down. Today I'll show you how the casino in your pocket turns tragedy into a fear loop, and 5 moves to walk out with your mind intact. Here's the problem we're fixing. Modern feeds reward fear and certainty. Fear keeps you scrolling, certainty keeps you clicking. After a shock, the system squeezes your world. Hotter takes, tighter tribes, fewer breathers. If you already dislike Charlie Kirk, your feed will likely surface with more clips that mock or cheer, teaching your brain that response is normal. That attention then rewards the poster, so they publish even more of the same, and the algorithm pushes it even further. That's how a platform turns options into a loop. Whatever you thought of him, Charlie showed up to debate, valued free speech, and let others speak. He didn't force people, he handed them the microphone and gave them a voice. It didn't matter whether you agreed with Charlie or the other person. It was incredible to watch heated debates and always walk away with food for thought that sparked your own conversations. Me and my mates listen to Charlie's debates and then talk about the points being raised after for hours, but sometimes even good people get pulled into tunnels where the world looks smaller, tempers get shorter, and real talk dies. This week, Charlie Kirk, someone many of you, including myself, respected for showing up to debate, was shot and killed while speaking at a university event in Utah. As of today, a suspect is in custody, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, according to major outlets. Officials earlier released rooftop footage, and investigators recovered a bolt-action rifle believed to be the weapon. And here's something worth thinking about. Right now in the UK, the government is tightening controls on speech through the Online Safety Act. It's framed as protection, but it raises a serious question. Do they believe people are no longer strong enough to see or handle opposing opinions? A 21-year-old is still basically a kid, and somewhere along the line, he thought killing someone was how you win an argument. That should make you pause, because if debate dies, violence tries to take its place. We don't fix that by hiding opposing views, we fix it by getting better at hearing them and at disagreeing like human beings, not enemies. Comment below and tell me what you think the solution is. Do we need better education, more debates, or something else entirely? I'll be reading through your comments and I'll pin one of the best answers. Look at Nepal. A sweeping social media ban led to youth protests. At least 19 people were killed. The Prime Minister resigned. The ban was rolled back. That's policy, platform, street, and government change in days. Different context, same point. Online rules and narratives can reshape the real world fast. If attention is the oxygen of free speech, today is an oxygen mask. How the trap works. Welcome to the casino. That tiny pull to refresh is a slot lever. Sometimes you hit new information, more rage, more controversy. Sometimes you don't. The unpredictable reward is the hook. Psychologists call it variable ratio reinforcement. Casinos use it, platforms use it. On shock day, the jackpot is fear. Your brain likes to guess what comes next. When something turns out better than you expected, your feel-good chemical dopamine jumps. That's called a reward surprise. Apps know this. They stack those maybe the next swipe is the one moments over and over. Add infinite scrolling and likes that pop up in bursts, and your phone starts to feel like a mini casino. You're not weak, you're human, and the house, in this case the algorithm, is very good at winning. Spot the fear funnel in real time. Shock. You care, so you click. Escalation. You engage, so it cranks the heat up and pulls you closer. Identity capture. One like becomes a label. It tells you this is who you are. Tribal lock-in. Disagreeing feels like betrayal of your forced identity. Nuance goes silent. When you can name the funnel, you can step out of it, take a break and remember who you really are. I've fallen deep into this trap and had to quit social media for 2 months and go on a retreat because I felt my true identity being replaced by an algorithmic agenda that fools me into believing I was someone I wasn't. I documented the entire journey but never uploaded the video, but in short, it consisted of waking up at 3 AM to ice cold plunges and being outside connecting to the land all day, every day. It was the best thing I've ever done, and if I ever feel like I'm getting brainwashed again, I'll do it all again because it's so easy to forget who we are and now we're handcuffed to a device that basically controls us. And in the future, I'll be making a video about why this bad boy right here might be the solution to all of that. If this already helped you see the trap, consider subscribing. I do real UK survival, so you stay ready when life gets loud. And if you do want to take security and survival even more seriously, I've created an Amazon kit list of products I test and recommend. Feel free to check it out in the link in the description. Phones are basically the size of TVs at this point. Charlie's ethos versus the feed. Whatever your politics, Charlie showed up to talk. He held space for debates firmly but face to face. The modern feed pays better for the sharpest dunk than the best argument. If we care about free speech, we have to protect the conditions that make it possible. Attention, patience, and respect in the same room, especially when we disagree. Attention is the oxygen of free speech. Usually we talk kits, exits, and outdoor skills. Today is survival of attention, because what happens online doesn't stay online. In Nepal, changing the online rules helped trigger the real-world unrest and the burning of parliament. Here, Charlie's massive online presence made him a household name, visibility that can mobilize support, attract opposition, and raise stakes in the real world. None of this assigns motive, it just shows how digital gravity bends real life. 3 minds traps. Trap 1. First clip equals full truth. Early posts stick even when corrected. Fix. 2-tab rule. Before sharing, open official sources, police, FBI, state, and a wire, AP, Reuters, BBC. If they align, share. If not, wait. Trap 2. Outrage feels like purpose. It burns hot, then leaves you empty. Fix. Ask, does this help the family or the community? If not, skip and take a walk in fresh air. Trap 3. Shrink and circle. The feed shows more of you until it's only you. Fix. Opposition hour once a week, 20 minutes with one thoughtful source you usually disagree with. Still man their best points in a notebook. No hate watching, just skill building. Micro drill, 20-second nervous system reset. It's hard to get yourself out of a doom scroll, so when something triggers you, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out for 4, then hold for 4. You're training the body so the brain can choose, not react. The cost of staying in the tunnel. Stay in the tunnel and your life shrinks. You skip the gym, you don't call back, you sleep worse, you talk less and post more. It feels like purpose, but it's not. It's a fear economy job you never applied for, paying you in cortisol and regret. The 5-move algorithm safety kit. Move 1, turn off autoplay. This stops you sliding into endless rage-filled videos. Move 2, pause your watch history for 48 hours. Don't let tonight's scroll reprogram the algorithm what shows up next month. Move 3, switch to a following only feed for 72 hours. Chronological order is better than the casino-style feed on apps like TikTok, Instagram, or X. Move 4, tap not interested on rage bait posts. Don't reply or dunk on them, you're teaching the machine that you're in control. Move 5, use the 2-tab rule before sharing. Open an official source and a trusted newswire. If they don't match, wait. 7-day rewild your feed reset. Day 1, turn off autoplay and pause your watch history for 48 hours. Day 2, mute 10 accounts that raise your blood pressure. Day 3, add 3 long-form sources like lectures, books, or podcasts that reward patience. Day 4, use a following-only feed all day. Day 5, do an opposition hour, then still man one point you heard by writing it down. Day 6, have an offline evening, go for a walk, pray or meditate, chat at the pub, or leave your phone in another room. Day 7, share one verified helpful resource like an official update, a fundraiser, or details for a memorial gathering, not a hot take. Free speech needs free attention. We say we want free speech, that also means we want free attention. Attention not brought by the highest performing outrage. The algorithm loves certainty, conversation loves questions. The algorithm loves sides, conversation loves people. Guard attention, guard debate, guard freedom. We will not cheer death, we will not dehumanize, we will not hand our identity to a For You page that profits when we hate. We will verify, breathe and stay human for Charlie's family and for our own. Q&A. Are algorithms brainwashing people? No, they narrow your worldview and amp your emotions, especially on hard days. You still have agency, use it. Should I binge The Other Side? No, one good faith source a week beats hate watching. The goal is to widen your perspective, not punishment. Do not interested and similar tools work. It is imperfect, but consistent use reduces the junk. It teaches the machine what you value. Walk out, keep the voice. When the world gets loud, widen your world. Verify, breathe, step outside in the real world. Talk to people who don't share your feed. If this helped, subscribe, join the community and find your people over at the Charlie Survival Facebook group. Hit like if this helped you and share to someone who you think should see it. If the online world can trap your mind, the real world can too. Watch this video next and learn how to disappear in plain sight. Rest in peace, Charlie. Strength to his family.